This month's TBR is going to be divided into November releases, one book to movie or book to TV adaptation, and then some books I want to read for non-fiction November. Welcome to my November TBR. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, although this week you are getting an extra bonus video, and then I make movie reviews or book to movie content here at the weekend. All of my social links are in the description box below, including my blog and my Goodreads, where I do post full reviews of the books that I read, and you can keep up with my reading in between times. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on future bookish content, including my upcoming live interview with Heidi Swain to celebrate the release of The Winter Garden. So if you are watching this before November the 4th, then make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell to be notified when we're going live. If you are watching this after November 4th, I will leave that interview linked up above so you can go and hear what the lovely Heidi has to say about The Winter Garden, all things Christmassy, whether we're going back to Wimbridge or not. I am very excited about it. So let's jump right in with those November releases. First of all, we have one which I am already partly through. I was hoping to finish this in October. It was on my October TBR, but I've pushed it to be hopefully the first book I finish in the month of November, and that is One Snowy Week in Springhollow by Lucy Knott. This comes out in the UK on the 5th of November. So the pre-order link is very bright, isn't it? The pre-order link will be in the description box below should you wish to pre-order this one. This is an adult rom-com, and so far it is very cute, and we have some like Avengers style superhero action in there, which is very, very cool. I like that part of it so far. So it's cool that I'm halfway through because I can tell you just a little bit more about it. And then on November the 10th in the UK, we have He Will Be Mine by Kirsty Greenwood, which, wow, it like really doesn't like the brightness of this one. Let's not go too dark here. This is also an adult rom-com, and this says a laugh out loud romantic comedy. Kirsty Greenwood's writing is always rather wonderful, and so I am excited to have an advanced copy of this one to read and share my thoughts here with you. So there will be, of course, a full review of this one on my Goodreads and on my blog, so keep an eye out on there for my thoughts on this one before we come to my November wrap up at the end of the month. Then in terms of book to movie books that I am reading this month, on I believe either the 10th or the 11th of November. I feel like it's the 10th, but then I might be getting that wrong. It's 10th of Wednesday, I think. Anyway, on the 10th of November, the Netflix adaptation of Dash and Lily's Book of Dares is coming as a series to Netflix. So I am going to be buddy reading this one starting today with my lovely friend Hayley. So we're going to be buddying this one. I have a physical copy. I also have an audiobook copy from the library, so I imagine I will switch between the two, because the first time I read this, I read an audio copy, and then I reread it before 12 Days of Dash and Lily came out, which is the second book in the series. This is a YA rom-com romance, but it is set in and around one of my favorite bookstores. They've been a little bit controversial recently, but I still love being there and browsing the shelves, and I did actually get my copy at Strand Bookstore, so it makes it extra special, and I'm really excited for the next Netflix series, and it will be an upcoming book to movie video I'm going to be bringing you, so more reason to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that one. And then November is notoriously non-fiction November. I believe the kind of readathon was started by a book blogger or booktuber, but I like sort of saving up some of my non-fiction books that I'm really excited to read for the month of November, and so I have a lovely list. Most of these I will be listening to on audiobook, because the wonderful thing about non-fiction on audio is that it is generally read by the author, and so I do have my like audio queue lined up ready to go. First of all, we have More Than a Woman by Moran, which is her follow-up of How to Be a Woman, which, as you know, is one of my favorite books, like of all time. I did a reread of it recently and it was just as good as when I read it the first time, apart from the fact that I did it on audio, so it was almost even better. And I do have an audio copy of this one to read, and I'm just really excited about reading it, so I'm looking forward to getting into that one this November. And then and I'm very excited about all of these, to be fair. Like I say, I have been kind of saving them up. I have a copy of Let's Do It, the authorized biography of Victoria Wood by Jasper, Rees, and it's very hard just to read that line out without singing it. If you are a Victoria Wood fan, I was brought up listening to Victoria Wood audiobooks on tape in the car, watching her videos. I once turned down the opportunity, it's one of my biggest regrets, turning down the opportunity to see her at the Albert Hall in London because I had exams coming up at school and I wanted to stay at home and revise for those. One of my biggest regrets. So I'm looking forward to listening to the audiobook of this one as well. This one really messes with my white balance here. Then again, another one I'm excited about. I have an audio copy of Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey, which I believe is read by him as well. So looking forward to hearing what he has to say. Apparently this is a kind of different style of memoir. It's just done in a different way, but then I like that some memoirs are different from others. Jenny Slate's sort of memoir style is written in verse basically, and then Amy Poehler's book has other people coming on there and guest starring, so I like when we get a memoir where it's not just one person giving you insight into their lives. But I mean, I do like that as well, but you have to stand out from the crowd a little bit. And then one that we actually have started listening to, this is one that I've been listening to in the car with Ollie, because we tend to listen to non-fiction audiobooks if we are listening together. We had a little road trip this weekend, so we started listening to The Story of In-N-Out Burger. This is a behind the counter look at the fast food chain that breaks all the rules, because we are getting some In-N-Out locations here in Colorado, which is exciting. I have been to In-N-Out in Nevada and in California, but everyone's very excited about the fact that we're getting In-N-Out locations here in Colorado, and we literally just drove past one that looks almost ready to open. Like, their drive-through is fully done, all the branding's on the building, all the parking lot is tarmacked, so I'm thinking that one's going to be opening soon, and we literally drove right past it on the way home today, so that's what reminded us that we needed to start listening to that book. And then I also have, I can't remember whether I have this from the library or I downloaded it on, no, do you know what? It was on an Audible deal, and this is, it's About Bloody Time, period, by Emma Barnett, and it's lots of different essays put together, and so I think I'm going to really like this one. I've read a couple of books specifically talking about like periods and period poverty and issues around periods, and there's that meme going around at the minute where it's a guy watching a horror film and it's all really bloody, and he's like watching it going, oh, this is great, and then an advert comes on where they show not blue liquid on a sanitary towel. He's like, oh my god, that's disgusting. So I'm looking forward to listening to this one. This one's quite short. I think it's only like 6 hours, so probably going to listen to that in small installments since they are essays. And then I don't have a picture. I don't know why I don't have a picture for you here, but on the 17th of November, I think it's across the world, of course, Barack Obama is releasing his memoir. Him and Michelle Obama got that big publishing deal way back when with Penguin Random House, and so his is coming out on the 17th of November. Obviously getting in time for the gift giving season, so I am looking forward to reading this one. I will probably end up buying this one on audiobook from Audible because I think my credit date might be the 19th, so I might wait 2 days and order it when my credit comes in. And then because we obviously want to mix it up a little bit, I have a couple of books that were released on the 29th of October in the UK that I pre-ordered on audiobook. I saved a couple of Audible credits and pre-ordered these ones. I did start listening to this first one on script, but it's a really rubbish recording. So I gave up and just used my Audible credit on it. So we have Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. This is the US cover. And then this is the UK cover. My audiobook obviously has the UK cover, although the one I downloaded on script to try and listen to has the US cover. So this is Sophie Kinsella's 2020 offering for us, and it is not part of her Shopaholic series. She does like a standalone 1 year, and then the next year she has a Shopaholic series. I have a whole video talking about the Shopaholic series, so I will leave it linked up above for you in case you haven't watched that one. I talk about the hatred of the fact that the narrator for the audiobooks changes throughout the series, and it's just awful, but Christmas Shopaholic is wonderful, and I have a beautiful signed copy, and so I'm excited to see what her next standalone is like. One of the standalones I would really like to go back and re-listen to is 20s Girl, because when I listened to it I wasn't in a very happy place and I really enjoyed it, whereas some of her other standalones I haven't loved so much. So I'd be interested to see, now I'm in a different place, not necessarily a happier place, but a different place physically as well as, you know, in my life. I'd like to go back and re-listen to that one. So if you'd be interested in a video talking about rereading some other Sophie Kinsella novels, let me know in the comments. And then one that I have listened to about the first hour of so far, but we're rolling it into November because it was only released this past Thursday. This is I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Millie Johnson. I love Millie Johnson novels. I have a review of my One True North, which I read right at the start of the year and was just amazing. I loved it so much, so I made a whole standalone video, so I will leave that up above. But it's unusual for us to get a Christmas book from Millie. I'm very excited, and I did get to attend the book launch of this one via Zoom, thanks to the lovely people at Books in the City, Simon & Schuster UK, and I really enjoyed it. It was interesting wearing Christmas get-up on a Thursday lunchtime when I then had to get changed to go back out again. It was very bizarre, but I really enjoyed it. And I have listened to, like I say, the first hour of it, and it's very exciting. And then I have one library book that I wanted to add to my TBR as well, so I can show you it. We started off with a book, and this is It Came From the Sky by Chelsea Sedoti, and she writes YA contemporary novels, but they've always got a little bit of a theme of some extraterrestrial stuff in there. Not always, but you know, it's kind of lingering in the background just because of where the characters are located or their interests. And this one says, "It was a terrible idea. We'd definitely get caught. Would we though? Wasn't I clever enough to prevent that? And besides, what was the point of the hoax? To see if I could? To prove to myself, for the glory. And if we could get everyone to believe, even if that belief was false, did that make it a truth or a lie?" Very brain teasery going on there, but I really like her writing. I am slightly intimidated by the size, but we have things like sort of mixed media in here. So they have collected data and they have media stuff. And so I do have an audio copy of it, but I also have this physical copy of it, because things like this I'm going to want to look at as actual physical evidence in front of me. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I have already posted about this one. But yes, it is a 500 pager. It's a chunky one, but I don't think that the audiobook is super long compared to other audiobooks. So as usual, I have a lot of audiobooks to talk about, but this time it's fully planned that they'll all be on audiobook because I've got them lined up and ready to go. Are you going to be reading non-fiction books this November? Let me know in the comments. Have you got any that are the same as mine lined up? Will you be watching Dash and Lily's Book of Dares? Let me know. Also, yes, if you would like that video looking at Sophie Kinsella standalone rereads, I can certainly work on that for you. It might be a project for next year, but I could get to work on it now. Possibly we might have a video review coming up of that one for you. And obviously what we do have coming up, my next video that's going to be landing in your subscription feed is going to be that interview with the lovely Heidi Swain, author of The Winter Garden. So if you can join us live at 7 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. Mountain time, 2 p.m. Eastern, you know, other time zones work backwards or forwards depending on your area. I would love to have you join us live. If not, it will be linked. I will leave it linked in the end screen as well for you, so that you don't miss out on that, because I am very excited. But as I say, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so you get notified as soon as I go live. I will also be making a live video for you as soon as we hit that 100 subscribers. I got up to 999 the other day. It was very exciting. So if you would like to be that 1000 subscriber, hit that subscribe button now. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, but tell me why in the comments. I've asked you lots of questions. I'm excited to see your answers down there in the comments. I will be back with the lovely Heidi Swain for you on Wednesday. I have my October wrap up coming up for you later in the week, and then I'm going to be talking about a slightly controversial movie in my movie reviews video this weekend, so you're not going to want to miss that. Thank you so much for watching.